it is a proven fact that even if we didn't have the manuscripts, just by the quotes alone, we could rebuild the entire Bible. And that's pretty incredible. It's not just about what Scripture uses and how they use it, but there sometimes I come across words where it's really questionable about what does this word actually mean? And I need to go outside of Scripture into the just everyday language. Because interestingly enough, Scripture is not written in an academic type of a language. It's written in the common language. So the evidence that we have on broken pieces of pot and clay and written on other documents, we even have some evidence of documents where it's marriage and contracts and other stuff like that. That gives us the use of these particular words, and we begin to understand them. This is a good example over here with your word, your couple of words and the way they translate it over in Ephesians chapter 1 and verse 5. Because we've talked about this before, where we translate it as having predestined. Well, when you go and you look at the way that word predestined is actually used in and out of Scripture, it does not mean to predestine like we express it in English. It literally means to mark off the bounds. It's a word that's used of marking off the boundary for nations. That's what it's talking about. So we translate it properly, marking off the bounds. Now, of course, if I break the word apart and look at its etymology, it actually comes down to horizon. Our English word horizon comes up. So marking off the horizon. You also have the word adoption of sons. And in this case, this was an interesting study. And I do bring these words up every now and then for y'all in a reminder, because I'm like, what is the actual Greek word for adoption? Is there a Greek word for adoption? Well, guess what? There is a Greek word for adoption, and it is not used in Scripture. And of course, the reason is because we're not adopted children. And you go and you look at this word, which is huios, son, and tithemi means to place. It's talking about the placement of a son. It's talking about position. It has nothing to do with you becoming part of the family. You're already part of the family. You have to be part of the family in order to be placed as a son. This is something that doesn't bring you into the family. So it's stuff like that that we need to actually pay attention to.